Consider question number 6. It says a car is moving on a circular path of radius 20 meter and its wheels are rolling. So it's also of pure rolling case, and that is without slip. The wheels of the car are of 25 centimeter radius, so that's known to us, and the axle connecting these two wheels is 1.5 meters. So there are going to be two wheels on the front, two wheels on the going to be in the back, and the speed of the midpoint of this axle is given to us as a 36 km per hour. Find amount with which angular velocity of outer wheel on this axle exceeds that of the inner wheel. You must have observed when the car moves on a circular track, so outer wheel has to be having more angular velocity, RPM, more rotations per second, per minute or per second, because it has to cover more distance. So this question is trying to use those concepts. So let's say draw the track. So let's say this is the path on which the inner wheel is going to move, and this is the path on the outer wheel is going to move. So circular path on the car is moving, on which the car is moving, and this is going to be the distance of the center point. So that's the radius of the circle on which it is moving. That means center of the axle. Now this is the inner wheel. Let's denote this inner wheel by 1, and there is going to be outer wheel. Let's denote the outer wheel location by 2 point, and this is the length of the axle. R is going up to this center point, so it's running from here up to center point, and let's say this point is indicated by C, center point. That's the top view of the circular track on which the car is moving. Now what is known to us? We have been given that the velocity of the center point, so the center point is moving of the car, that's velocity is Vc, or speed is Vc. Now this speed is given to us as Vc, center velocity is 36 km per hour. You people must be knowing that we need to convert it into meter per second. So this is 36, 5 by 18, so that will become meter per second. So if you write it, so it becomes 10 meter per second. Okay, so this is the velocity of center of the axle, or center of the car, you can say. Now this entire stuff or entire car is rotating about this axis, about this angular velocity omega. So whether it's a 1 point, 2 point, or center point, all are going to have the velocity with as per this omega. So if we need to write the velocity of 1 point, we can write it as r1 omega. If we need to write the velocity of 2 point, we can write it as r2 omega. And if we are interested in writing the velocity of C point, we can write it as r into omega. Now Vc is known to us, r is also known to us. We can find the omega. So using the third one, we can find this thing, omega value. So let's calculate over here. Vc is given to us as a 10 and r is 20 in proper units. This is omega. So from here we can say omega, that angular velocity on the circular track, is going to be 1 by 2 radian per second. So this angular velocity is not of the wheels, rather it is of the car on that circular track. Now we need to come to the wheels. So if you look at this first wheel will be rotating on this, rolling basically on this track. Second is rolling on this track. So they will have their own angular velocity. Let's indicate the angular velocity of the first wheel or inner wheel as 1, angular velocity of this outer wheel as 2. So this V1 will be connected with that angular velocity. So omega 1 will be written as V1, the velocity of this, divided by the distance of this 1 point. Now this R1 is basically the radius of and this R1 is basically the distance that we are measuring from here, and this R2 is the distance from the center, which are different. R1 and R2 different. Now when we are talking about the wheel rotation, so wheel's angular velocity is going to be the velocity of the center of that wheel, or the center where the axle is connected, divided by the radius of that wheel. Now we know radius of wheel is known to us. It's a 25 centimeter. So we can say this is small r. And similarly, we can write omega 2. So before we write omega 2, let's complete it. So it's going to be like r1. Now r1, we can also write this r1. Now we have been given the length L. So this total length is L. If we're writing r1, we will say total r minus L by 2. So this is going to be r minus L by 2 into omega divided by r. So that's going to be omega 1. Now let's write omega 2. Omega 2 is going to be the velocity of the 2 divided by radius of the wheel. Velocity of the 2 is going to be the distance from the center, which is L by 2 plus r extra omega divided by r. Now once we know this, you can think of this omega 2 has to be greater as compared to omega 1. So it is asking what is the difference amount with which angular velocity of outer wheel exceeds that of inner wheel. So basically we need to find omega 2 minus omega 1. So using these two equations, we can easily find out omega 2 minus omega 1. Is it going to be equal to, let's subtract these two together. So if we subtract, we will have omega by r as common, and we will have r plus L by 2 minus of r minus L by 2. Further simplification will lead to this r will get cancelled out, L by 2 will become L, so that's going to be omega L by r. So this is what omega 2 minus omega 1 is. Now do we know omega? Yes, this omega we have already calculated. It came out to be 1 by 2. Do we know L? Yes, L is given to us 1.5 meter. Do we know small r, that is the radius of the wheel? Yes, it's 25 centimeter. So we can substitute the values. So that is 1 by 2. L is 1.5, so you can call it as a 3 by 2. Divided by r is 0.25, you can call it as 1 by 4. So these 1 by 4 getting cancelled out, it's coming as 3 radian per second. So that will become our answer for the extra angular velocity of the outer wheel as compared to the inner wheel if the car is moving on a circle. Okay, so that's our answer. Thank you.